Coach, give us your thoughts on practice this week.
Sure. Really good week of practice. We've been blessed with some beautiful weather. Again, we're relatively healthy. The players have been working for a long time, and we're excited about this opportunity to get going and get the season started. So we're anxious to get on that plane tomorrow.
All right. Raise your hand if you have a question, Coach. John Hale.
Hey, Mark, what's the most important steps you've seen Terry take during this preseason practice to get him in the position to go out there and play a 10-game SEC schedule?
Just to go through his progressions, be confident, make quick decisions, and play the game. Get as many reps as he can, and get him as game ready as humanly possible, and make quick decisions, make good decisions. And he's really done a good job. But as you know, it's a much different being out there on the practice field or competing in an SEC football game.
All right, Josh Moore.
Hey, Mark, can you walk us through what tomorrow will look like? I know you talked some about you all kind of staying in a bubble as much as you can, but what time do you test, and when will you hear from Auburn? And I guess when is kind of the final decision made that, everything's clear and we can go and play this game?
Well, we ended up changing some procedures. Tony, I don't know what's out there and what's not, what I'm supposed to talk about, but they changed one of the testing protocols from Friday into this morning. So we took our third test of the week this morning. We'll get the results back tomorrow, and we'll get on the plane and go. So we're not going to do the rapid test Friday morning that we had originally scheduled here at the beginning of the week. So we will come in tomorrow. We have done our Friday practice today. We're ahead. It's the first game of the year. We've had 6 weeks to prepare with the early kick, and with my original plan with the belief that we were going to do a rapid test on Monday. We had this schedule set. So for a variety of reasons, one was the thought that I was going to have the rapid test, two, with the early morning kick, and with the long day that it was looking like, we changed our Friday routine, did it today. So the only thing we have left to do would be a walkthrough tomorrow, and we'll do that when we arrive. So we have a team meeting tomorrow. We have a special teams meeting and position meetings, and we'll get on the plane and travel. We get down there, and we have our normal Friday night routine with some meetings and dinner and walkthrough.
Okay, our next question is Kent Spencer.
Yeah, Mark, because of preseason, you can't really call it camp, but the preseason has been so different for you guys. Do you feel good about your team going out there and playing a game? Do you feel like they're ready for this?
I do, but certainly, as I've mentioned each and every year, the first game is always a bit different. You're always a little more anxious, I believe, because you think you know what you have in your football team. However, you got to go out there and prove it. You got to go out there and do it. And you've watched football. You've seen some things and some miscues early on. It happens. And when you're playing such a quality opponent on the road, there's no room for error. And so we have to be ready to go and play a very good football game to have an opportunity to win. So, there's always that question mark when you roll into the season for the first game.
Lonnie Demery.
Mark, throughout your coaching career, your successful coaching career, that is, in the defense, and given the success of last year's secondary, what do you expect to see this year's secondary do that last year's secondary wasn't able to get accomplished?
Well, the great thing about all sports, certainly ours, is you have the ability to prove it, and you have to prove it each and every week and each and every year. just because we had some success in the secondary a year ago or had some success defensively or anywhere across the board doesn't mean anything heading into this year. We have to go out on the field and prove it. And it starts with, playing that position. I believe you have to play with that edge, that attitude, that almost a fear, because you have to be so locked in. You're going to go compete against some really quality football players, Seth Williams and Anthony Swartz. Those guys can go. They're very impressive wide receivers, and you can't let your guard down at any moment. They have the ability to strike and make big plays. They have the ability within their offense to go extremely fast, to try to get you off kilter and to use their tempo to an advantage. We have to be really locked in and play with an edge and an attitude and great eye discipline and a great sense of urgency. So, I think when you correlate last year to this year, the only thing that carries over is our guys have some experience, but they have to put that to use and, be locked in each and every week.
Okay, next is Adam Rittenberg, ESPN.
Hey, Mark, I know you and your defensive staff have looked at this offense for a number of weeks now, but what do you expect to be different? What are some of the markers you will be looking for with Auburn and Chad being there now that might be a little different from what they did in previous years?
I think specifically you have to look at the passing game and what Chad's going to bring. And, I said that early in the week. I think, we're looking heavy at what Chad had done both at SMU and at Arkansas in the pass game. I think they're very similar in, they in their offense and certainly in their run game. Even the way they call plays and the way they set things up, they're both two outstanding offensive coaches and offensive coordinators and play callers, and I'm sure they'll be a great tandem and work well together. You could tell where they really think alike, and even where they call their trick plays or shots and things of that nature, very similar. But I think specifically what could be different, what we're looking at is the pass game. With Chad, possibly changing some things up in that area.
Okay, last three, Larry Vaught.
Yeah, Mark, could you just kind of talk about the attitude your receivers have going into this season, having to think, I would believe they're going to be a little bit more involved in the offense, and then how good do you feel about them based on what you've seen the last 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think I feel good about where they're at. I know they're hungry, and I think they want to help. They want to prove their worth to their teammates, and competing in this league. We know it's extremely challenging and difficult. We play great defenses every week, but they're up for the challenge. I think they're very hungry and they're motivated, and I'm excited for them.
All right, a couple more. Josh Moore.
Mark, have you been able to figure out yet what you're going to do Saturday or before Saturday as far as available players or how you're going to handle, that situation, as far as active guys or whatever, or addressing it in any way?
Am I going to address it with you? Are you saying, or with the media, or with
the media? Yeah. Or just out, to the public.
No, I mean, no, you have our depth chart. It's so fluid, that's going to be difficult to manage. I mean, things are different, really by the hour. So I'm not going to sit there and try to keep updated with all that. And, things are too fluid. And, again, I think it could put you at a competitive disadvantage. I'm try to be very forthright with injuries and guys that are going to not play. I'm pretty honest with you and tell you right from the start. And but this situation is very different, very hard to manage, and so it does me no good to try to give you an hourly update on that.
Okay, our final question today is from John Hale. John?
Mark, is there any reason to expect that you'll get an answer one way or the other on Joey between now and the time you get on the plane tomorrow?
I have no idea. I'm not optimistic that I'll get any information in the next 24 hours. No.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, that is it, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you Saturday.